YouTube, what? The Total War Attila the Hun crap is going on. HeirofCarthage back in the East Rome campaign, where hopefully we're going to be taking a crap on Attila the Hun. Oh, well, that's bad. You know what I just imagined? The punishment for Attila? And no, I'm not really this screwed up in the head, but somehow it crossed my mind. Was the Roman Emperor as a punishment in my campaign. If only there was a way that you could have it as like one of the diplomatic options, which is force Attila the Hun to be tied down and have the Emperor take a crap in his mouth. How about that? Would that be an appropriate punishment for Attila upon his defeat? I think it would. Get a big fat Roman crap on his face. Alright, here we go. Why do I always joke about crap? I don't know. I guess I'm just that mature, people. Let's get back into things. So I want to attack Genoa with this army, so I'm gonna go ahead and start moving that way. It's gonna take me a couple turns to get there. I think we have enough rebels up here that I could probably go ahead and eliminate them. I don't want them to really get a full army up here. They're gonna run off into the mountains. I can't tell if I'm gonna suffer attrition moving through here or not. I don't know. Doesn't look like I will. Let's go ahead and move in and attack these guys.
Wipe them out.
No, we didn't take any attrition. That's cool. It's probably because it's springtime and there's just a little bit leftover snow up here or something. I don't know. But here we are up in the Alpines attacking a Roman separatist army. And we should have a pretty easy time destroying them. They do have some scorpions or chiroballista or whatever they're called on here. 2 of them, plus an onager. And the chiroballista are pretty accurate in this game. They're going to kill a fair number of my men. I actually used the scorpions a little bit in multiplayer when I very first played Attila. They were okay-ish. Scorpions in multiplayer are sometimes actually viable in Rome 2 and Attila. They're about the only time other than Empire and Napoleon, where I've really seen artillery be a viable option in the multiplayer scene. Well, I say that. In Shogun 2 Follow the Samurai, artillery was sometimes warranted as well. Like a Parrot gun or an Armstrong gun or something. But, you know, like in like your typical medieval 2, Rome 2, artillery just doesn't seem to be a huge swing in any of the battles that I've seen against other players, at least, because it's pretty generally easy dealt with. Though I'm not super familiar with artillery in medieval 2, to be quite honest. So it's possible that there was some cannons or something in medieval 2 that were worth it.
We will crush the enemy with our greater numbers.
Oh, will we? So yeah, we can see the... Okay, that's the extent of their scorpion range, so I just need to keep my cavalry out of that scorpion range. So I'm gonna swing these Equites Promoti around here in the forest. I've had a few of you ask me from time to time how you make the movements like that. I don't know why I don't do it more often. It's extremely handy. You can hold shift and then right click drag a movement order. This was actually first shown to me behind closed doors in San Francisco. So I actually knew about this before the game ever released. Creative Assembly had invited myself and Prince of Macedon and a few other people to San Francisco to come check it out. And I got to see this a long time ago, but I just forget to use it all the time. But who's surprised by the fact that Air forgets something? Nobody. That's who.
Our general is under attack.
Our general is under attack. Well, that makes sense. There's a lot of artillery. And he's just inside onager range, so I'm going to pull him back just outside onager range. My cavalry on the flanks, though, is safe. I'm surprised these units aren't hidden, because I don't see how the Romans would really have line of sight on these Equites Promoti over here. There they go hidden. We've now got terrain cover, which will be quite nice. And I've got terrain cover with these Cataphractari as well. So we should be able to crash on the flanks of the separatist army. Almost sounds like a Star Wars movie here. Where's Obi-Wan Kenobi? He's my only hope. I've just made a Star Wars video a minute ago. Guess you all are wondering why the Star Wars nerdification's coming out here. I'm gonna kind of swing up and over here. hang out and around here with the Cataphractari, just kind of let them swing around while I'm maneuvering these troops so the timing works out. I mean, the shift right-click drag is very helpful if you use it right. It can certainly help you with micromanagement. It's something that I remember thinking I wish CA had in the game a long time ago, and then, hey, they added it. I mean, you can't complain whenever the company listens and then adds something really cool like that. I'm going to get into a defensive testudo here. I'm going to get into a flaming shot barrage with my crossbows onto the enemy general, hopefully. Look at this stupid glitch from the... Oh, we're getting charged over here. Let's get our Equites Promoti. There's our Cataphractari. Let's get into this Cairo Ballista. Get into the back of that fight. Okay, looks like the enemy infantry just died on the front of my testudo wall. I kind of had like a big giant wall of testudo here. Oh, I never went into it with these other guys, so yeah, just go ahead and push forward. I'm gonna get some infantry after me over here, so let's just get away from them. And we'll pin the infantry down with some Eastern Armored Legio. Okay, charge back on the Cataphractari. They were in wedge. I don't know exactly how that'll go here. I'm gonna charge into this juicy ball of Ballistari. Ballistari, however you... Ballistari, makes them sound like some kind of sporting good. Get your Ballistari, folks, on sale this weekend only at Patchy's Sporting Goods. You need a crossbow for those pesky Romans in your yard? Well, this is your week. 50% off. Crossbow guaranteed to impale Romans. First time, every time. Oh man, am I a salesman or what? See y'all down at Patchy's Sporting Goods. Well, that wedge formation actually did help the enemy Cataphractari. I'm going to bring this one back and make sure that we win that fight, though it looks like it's swinging in our favor. Let's get our Equites Promoti in here. We should be winning this fight against the Legio Comitatenses. My Cataphractari crushed in and finished that engagement off. Let's get some close-up action. I don't always do a good job at remembering this. Get some of those nice earthy Attila tone close-ups. See the Roman troops here. That's their Comes general here. I guess that since I upgraded to Comes, the enemy Roman factions now have a Comes also. I've just kind of noticed that's the way it seems. The enemy general is dead. The enemy general is dead. Oh man, missed that from Rome 2 also. So many good announcers through the years in Total War. I still don't think anything takes the prize, well, over a couple of ones for me. I think one of my favorite ones is the Roman Eagle was a Roman chicken Carthaginian announcement in Rome 1. That one was perfect. The Roman Eagle is a Roman chicken! I can't even do his voice right. It's hilarious. And then, obviously, Shame for Display and the Hillbilly Advisor from Shogun 2 will never be forgotten, as they both take a position in the Total War Hall of Fame of announcers, no doubt. Okay, the Separatists have agents? I guess it's because they're an actual faction over here. That's annoying. That's the last thing I need them to have, is like more capability. But oh well, they're not doing particularly fantastic, all things considered. Well, I have a decent amount of money. It's not a ton of money. I do want to save some up, and like I said, get crazy interest going. But at the same time, I like building up my buildings here because that's going to drive my economy too. But I don't know how much good it'll do. I do have a bunch of buildings being built, so we'll see. Up here, I'm training another army to try and help bail these guys out who are under siege. And then it seems like, yeah, so we settled down Persis, which is good. Everything's all settled here. Should be a pretty safe scenario for us. And then I was moving an army down towards Attila here, or however you pronounce that, because Axum is being a bunch of crotch heads. And I'm going to have to chase them all over the map, though I'm hoping my ally is smart enough to come over here and get this city. We'll see.
How can I assist you?
Looks like we've used the movement points on all these guys. I got this spy here. Let's go ahead and start moving that spy over this direction so that we can try and assist against this West Roman agent here. And I've got veterans in that army. That's good. And I think I was building another army here at Thracia. I am. Perfect. Good. This is going to be a pretty sweet army too. One of my best ones yet in this campaign. I don't think anything beats that army I did in the Saga campaign that came out of Satsuma. That thing is a weapon of mass destruction, and I enjoy it a great deal. Looks like I'm maybe... Yeah, I'm down here researching, looks like. Food market, trade wharf. I'm hoping that food market will actually add food. I can assign a governor. I haven't done it yet. Kind of take a look at the old family tree here. My emperor is the governor of Thracia, and he has a ridiculous amount of political influence. What's funny is that in the Dominion we're still not like super high, and it's because there's all these generals who have gained a lot of influence also. I don't see how it outweighs the massive amount of influence that my family members have, but apparently it says it does. Maybe it's because so much of mine rest in a single place. I should probably get some of these generals killed. Probably wouldn't hurt. None of them are particularly great anyway. And I have adopted all the guys that I bring on as governor. And I may adopt someone with this guy here too, so I might go ahead and hire this guy as a governor. You know what though? I wanna wait until I take Rome, and then I'll put a governor in Rome. That would make more sense anyway. We will proceed without assigning a provincial governor. Thank you. Yes, my generals, I guess, have gained a lot of influence through their mighty feats over the Sassanids. So I guess that's how that rolls.
The sword was drawn.
The Saxons want a peace treaty now that I'm marching towards Genoa. Nice try, but your peace treaty has been rejected. To hear this message again, please attack 1. Oh, lame jokes. Lame! Hopefully there's still some viewers left on the video after that kind of stuff. They need to add that to like a Total War Attila. It'd be like phone tree type diplomacy. To enter into a treaty, press 1. To get frustrated at the AI because they won't trade with you, even though you have resources they need, press 2. If you're sick of hearing the AI say, spare, what does they say? Spare my arse or something like that. So the Angles are going to attack the West Romans. I'm going to enter the war on the side of my ally. Some of you are saying that this is making my client states feel upset. A little Hun stack just got cleaned up. Ally is going to get attacked by this Axumite force. It's honestly a whole bunch of crap stacks with a whole bunch of artillery crews. I could probably win this. I just don't want to spend all day fighting it. And I have an army on the way, so meh. Defensive is good when I have a missile superiority. I doubt I have that, so when an enemy has missile superiority, let's try aggressive, see what happens. Did we lose? I think we lost. Yeah, we lost. No biggie. Really? Holy crap. Oh, you did not just do that. You did not just do that. Well, I am going to go down and raise Axum's settlements to the ground for that. It's going to become a first priority for my men, actually. Oh my gosh. I mean, you could have looted the town and probably made a considerable amount of money, which would make sense since you have 2 settlements. But no, you raise it to the ground. It's okay, though. You're just motivating me to make sure that your death is more entertaining for my viewers. And I appreciate that on behalf of the Axumite people. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that makes me mad. I don't know why it makes me so mad, but like when the computer raises something, ooh man, it's just like you done struck a nerve there. Air start talking like that. Then you know you done screwed up. Holy crap, that makes me mad. You know what? I'm going to save money for several turns. I've been building so many buildings. I'm just going to save some money and let the interest start to build. Serdica, Rally Field. We can go to this skirmisher range so that I can have armored Sagittari in 3 turns. So I'm going to move up there and do that. And then this army will be ready for action. These Thrungians are still here. I thought I defeated them in combat, but... And apparently they can run away farther than when I attack them. We just resettled this settlement here. That's good. We kind of got it taken care of. Macedon's still out here alive at Savaria. So we need to take it in order to kind of complete our conquest of this province, though. I might let my guys retrain one more turn just to make sure. Well, I don't know what Macedon's resistance up here looks like.
Your orders.
There is no resistance. The Gepids are camping nearby, but I'm not at war with them.
Let them cower before Rome.
So we'll just go ahead and take it, so I can control that whole province. We're gonna loot and occupy. Why not? Men enjoy a little looting, courtesy Apache. I'm gonna tear down their crap and rebuild it the way I want. I think we're in... What do we have here? This is furs, so that'll be interesting. I don't think I'm trading in any furs just yet. There's a pretty large separatist army over there. I don't see their agent anymore. Verona appears to be somewhat under control at this point. We could probably come out here and settle Quellia, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do so. There's a chance that we could get pushed back on here, and that's okay. But we'll be all right, I think. That way I can kind of help this province settle down by resettling it. Okay, we can... This army's being sabotaged as it moves along, being slowed on my march to Genua, but we will get to Genua, and I will get the Saxons. I will find them, and I will kill them. Man, we still can't seem to stabilize Regium, even with all this stuff. So we're going to get one more public order there. We could get more pagan influence. I don't know if that would buy us more happiness in the end or not. It's immigrants that are causing the biggest piece of the anger here. Blaming the immigrants. Alright, so let's see. Trade and finance. Trade, taxes. Public order -10. So, in order to fix the public order from immigration, people are telling me that you raise the taxes, but I can't raise the taxes by settlement, can I? I mean, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't seem right. Rename settlement? Really? How come I didn't know this existed? Really? I can rename settlements? Well, I don't want to rename this one. This one's not that important. Ooh, this is great. So we can come over here and rename an old Sassanid settlement. Sassanid Monument. Oh, come on! I was gonna name it the Monument to Failure. Sassanid Stench. It doesn't change it on the campaign map. Didn't change it at all. But no way. No way. I don't remember what it was called now, so I can't rename it. But apparently, welcome to Butt, the stinkiest place in the old world, folks. A stink, the likes of which were never known for ages to come. All these things use food consumption. But I need a little extra public order in this province. It's a bit dicey here still. This one's just maintenance cost. I guess we'll go ahead and spend a little bit of food consumption there. So we're still a turn away there. I think we've done what we can do on this. Oh, no, I have this army down here. We have not done all we can do. This army very much wants a piece of... And look at this. Ah, sweet! Sweet! My ally nuked this Axumite settlement. Ah, they're my favorite ally now. Such a good ally. They love Patchy. They know what Patchy wants. They believe in Patchy and in his cruelties. It's good to see this, folks. It's very good to see it. Alright. Yes, they believe in his ridiculousness and all the other nonsense. Ah, good. Looks like this army has been freed from its siege of the Huns, and it looks like the Huns are perhaps even falling back a little bit there in the north. That is good news.
Commander.
This army has gained some abilities. Let us make them better at replenishment. It's only plus 2%, but we'll take it. So the Roman Empire is now expanding westward, reconquering what was so foolishly lost by the West Romans. Though to their credit, the AI, I'm surprised they survive as long as they do as the West Romans. It is a very difficult scenario. Though I do know a few people that say they've beat it on Legendary, which is impressive. I think Admiral Price beat it on Legendary. I know that Legend of Total War is working on it. I don't know if he's actually beaten it yet, but I want to say Admiral Price said it was like 150 episodes or something like that. That's dedication right there, folks. I can't take it. I actually don't even like the game on Legendary. I don't enjoy it. Some people might say, "You're weak sauce. You just can't take the heat." Whatever you want to call it, I don't enjoy the game when it's on that setting. If it makes you happier to say that I'm weak sauce, then I'll let you say it. Yeah, I'm not into this game in the least on that setting because I find it tedious and boring and repetitive, which is sometimes a struggle anyway with Total War game. Take that from the guy who plays this much Total War. Clearly, I don't think it's overwhelmingly tedious or repetitive or anything else of the sort, but you get what I'm saying. That's something you struggle with in the late game, is things getting tedious or boring. So yeah, I don't prefer putting the game on settings that make it even more so that way. Now we need to kill the Axumite armies first, and then we will go recolonize Alia, or Isla. I always say like it has more I's and A's than it does. I don't even know how to pronounce it to begin with. I really do like the campaign on Attila. It's too bad this game has fallen flat on its face when it comes to multiplayer, because it really is a great campaign. It's not perfect. It's got issues with it here and there, but man, it's
Many
fun.
good men have died
I like
in our
Rome 2 a
wars.
lot too, and it's mostly just because of
Our
the
people
time
look to
period.
find terms that will bring rest
There
to
won't
all
be any
our
peace, my friends. No, no, there will not. You see, I'm Romans, and you are Roman separatists. We see how this works? Kind of getting the picture here. I could win this if I just fight it. I just don't want to fight it. But I don't want to lose this city or have them potentially burned to the ground, so I am going to fight it quickly, and I'll just fast forward through it. I don't think I've had any... Well, I have had one other battle in this episode, so at least you're not going without a battle altogether, because this would not be a proper one. But, I mean, I can just go into defensive testudo, and there's no way what they've brought here will actually beat my men. The Armored Legio are better than the troops they've brought. Their Comes general is going to be decent, but it's not going to actually win.
Armored Legio!
Now this is still like a little barbarian village here. Interesting layout. It's not very defensible, actually. And the AI could get around me on multiple angles. We could block up this little path right here with a couple of Legio. But then that would leave me open to... Well, I could just get in this path, and then they wouldn't be able to get in behind me or whatever. They could capture this and take a little bit of morale away from me, but that wouldn't be a big deal, I don't think. Where are they coming? Well, actually, they're coming from over here. So that path is actually not really a good choice. These little barbarian towns aren't very defensible. I guess there's a choke point there. Yes, a choke point there. Yeah, there's kind of a big broad swath. I need to get like back against the wall kind of position where the AI can't outflank me, and then I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah, I need a position where I can definitely have my back against a wall. Maybe here. Yeah, it kind of looks like this would be a back against the wall position here.
Armored Legio!
But that kind of leaves my guys.
Ready! Defensive testudo! By your command!
There we go. Let's try that.
Stand ready! Defensive testudo!
And then maybe, yeah, a slightly boxier version of that. There we go. Let's try that. That's kind of back against the wall right there. All right. Let's see if my guys will defeat the Roman attackers here. Maybe between the towers, killing a few other guys and whatnot, we can actually win. How many towers will I get shots with? Maybe 1, 2 if I'm lucky. That one's getting a lot of good shots. I do get a bonus versus cavalry in the testudo, which is quite nice. And it looks like the AI is going to actually bring themselves on through here. Getting plenty of shots on the scout equites. Yeah, the scout equites won't be able to outflank me anywhere. They can capture this and take away a slight morale buff that I'm getting, but I don't think that'll be enough to win either. Is this tower firing? Seems like it should be in range. There it goes. It's firing at the Legio Comitatenses. Yeah, I think since I get a boost versus cavalry, I don't see this going over well for the AI here. They're going to capture this point before they attack me. There comes the attack.
Once the tower has fallen!
Yeah, this Eastern Armored Legio is in defensive testudo. It's going to have a bonus versus cavalry. So it should defeat the Comes and the Scout Equite. Neither one of them will get a good charge. The Comes is going to get some kills, though, there. Quite a lot of kills. But that should slow down here as combat equalizes. And my Armored Legio should start turning around some kills. Scout Equites. Just go ahead and fast forward and see what happens. Yeah, this fight should turn against the Roman cavalry here, just because of the nice hit points and armor and stuff that my men on foot have. These Legio are going to throw all their javelins at my Armored Legio. They'll get a few kills because technically they're hitting the unshielded side here, but they won't get many. AI is just going to keep throwing everything all at one side of my deal here. Hopefully my general doesn't die. That could be bad. The enemy Comes, though, is down quite a bit. I'm afraid to leave Testudo over here and try and outflank, but I think it's safe to at this point.
Through the barricades! The enemy attacks!
Like the AI is trying to cut through a barricade over here.
Enemy units have been rallied! Understood!
I could throw my javelins, but I'm worried that I'll just hit a bunch of my old guys and potentially kill my general, so I'm just going to charge into the back of this Comes and destroy it. The enemy Scout Equite could rear charge me, but I don't think a Scout Equite rear charge would be enough to rout my Armored Legio, especially not a really good one like that. It'll kill some of my men, though. Rear charges are pretty deadly on Attila. Front charges are pretty deadly on Attila, for that matter. But yeah, the Comes and the other unit routes. The Scout Equites will now die, and then the final unit, the Limitani border guards, ought to die pretty easy. I wonder why it gives them a Comes when I get the Comes, but they still maintain all their old units whenever I get the more upgraded units. It's very odd. Seems like if they had access to a Comes, wouldn't they have had to done the research that gave them this? It's a good question. I should look into it, but I won't. Alright, so we managed to defend. That's going to be all the time I have for this episode. So we've expanded a little bit. We're ready to go nuke the Axumites. And then eventually reclaim our gemstones at Isla, however it's pronounced. We've renamed a city But for no apparent reason other than just because I did. And yeah, seems like it's a good campaign episode. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.